Okay, what's this geezer doing? Okay, if you're watching this video, you are most likely not very confident in conversation. Or from someone who did feel not so confident in conversation, and I still don't, by the way, you might want to hear my story, how I feel like when it comes to conversing with people. So, what do I mean? Essentially, since a young age, since I left primary school, conversation was kind of free-flowing. There was no pressure on who's speaking, what we're speaking about. You kind of would just talk about what you're interested in. I was interested in watching cartoons on Cartoon Network. I'd talk to my mates about that. My mates would talk to me about like the toy that you'd used to get in like the cereal Cocoa Pops. Everything was way more relaxed in conversation, I'd say. Nowadays, there's kind of an art of conversation that's lost. The art of having a ping pong match with someone, being able to share your ideas and then being able to have their ideas shared back with you. That's the beauty of conversation. It's a two-way thing, you know, it's not just a one-way thing. You can't just have people talking at you. Thank you. You need to have your own ideas. You need to be reciprocating the same energy back to the person that you're talking to. That's how conversations work. At the end of the day, in the big year of 2026, now thanks to the internet and TikTok and all of that, people talk as if it's some comment section on TikTok. People go like, yeah bro, this, that. They'll start saying memes, you know, they'll start talking about Riz, start talking about all these things which in real life, like, yeah, they might be funny on TikTok, but when it comes to real life, there's a lot more to it than just like Riz and bloody skibbity toilet of all things. Like, this stuff is frying your mentals. If you're just repeating stuff like that, you're probably, number one, you're probably younger than me. I'm sure not many people do that, but I was in the sauna the other day with my boy, and there were like these like mid 20-year-old men, and they're just like slapping each other, play fighting. Like, I'm all for having a bit of fun here, but what I would say is, in a place of meditation where you're trying to calm down, trying to unwind, like I was unwinding with my boy, that type of silliness does not belong in places like that. When the whole conversation's silly, you don't have that proper connection with someone, then what is that conversation? As I say, a conversation's a two-way thing. You don't want people speaking at you. And when I say speaking at you, for some people you might be like, well, what do you mean someone who just speaks at you? I mean someone who just talks about themselves. They don't want to hear what you have to say. And if someone doesn't want to hear what you have to say and just talks about themselves all the time, you might look at them and think, oh, they're a selfish person, they're not a good person, why am I putting my time and energy into them? Now, one part of that statement's correct. Why are you putting your time and energy into them? If they're not interested in you, why are you showing an interest in them? Just think about that. Why? What value does that have to you? The thing is, in life, you need to know your worth, and I talked about this slightly in my last video. In life, you need to know what makes you you. You need to know what makes you appealing to yourself, not to other people. To other people, yeah, you might not have a lot of people in your circle that believe in you or what you want to be doing. But in life, the only person you need to impress is yourself. And you can get gratification out of impressing other people for sure. You can feel better about things. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is to impress yourself. Do the unthinkable. Do what makes you happy. In a conversation, I can tell you for sure what does not make you happy is talking to a wall that yaps back at you about only themselves. You want to have a conversation where you can share your ideas, they share their ideas, and you guys just have a good back and forth conversation. Those people, if you can have that and you struggle to find those people in your life, keep those ones close. Don't let any arguments or nothing get, I've just been speeding 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, my bad. I'll have to review this footage and check if I got flash there. I'm going to concentrate on the road for a minute, mate.
Well, duh.
If being in a conversation that you're in right now with someone isn't making you happy, then it's not worth being in. When I was talking about growth in my last video, the main thing I wanted to know is what you guys want to do and how you plan to succeed in what you want to do. So please drop a comment or drop me an email. My email will be in the description. Please share one way with me or anyone, it doesn't just have to be me, in how you're improving yourself, what you're going to do this week. I believe firmly that everyone should at least once a week do something to improve themselves that they haven't done before. Whether that's trying out a new art, a new sport, you know, starting reading, doing something different at the gym, using a new piece of equipment, whatever it may be. I believe every week you should be doing something new with your life, not repeating the same cycle of doom, because that's not fun. If you're working a 9 to 5, I get your pain, I understand. Maybe you do like your job, and it's not just 9 to 5s, whatever you're doing, if you're doing it in a cycle, it will at some point feel repetitive. The only time that it doesn't is if your job has some sort of creative aspect to it. With creativity, if you've got creative control over what you're trying to do, you can always add what you would like to do to it. So as long as you've got an open mind and are adding new and refreshing things into your life, like me right now, I'm making this video, haven't made videos for ages. I'm trying something different today. My last video was me on a hill at night. That was something that I hadn't done before. I hadn't recorded a video like that before. I'm trying something new here. Anything, just a little bit of refreshing your day with something new and different, I promise you, will make things more interesting. And also, I think it's important to assess the people around you, even if it's just people on the streets. I don't mean to sound like a stalker. I've assessed people before. I feel like it gives you more knowledge in life. I went on holiday to this villagey area of England where not too much is happening. It's quite quiet. Things hadn't changed too much over the years there. One thing I noticed was there was a young person walking around. You could tell that they weren't in the whole realm of social media. They felt good about themselves. They were able to just be on their own with their own thoughts, going from shop to shop, charity shopping, getting their stuff thrifted. Yeah, they're just alone. And like, I feel like a lot of people in my area, they couldn't be alone with their thoughts like that. Anyway, hold up, I'm gonna go.
7 hours later.
I went college. I'm driving home. A little better the angle for you there, lads. Why is she? What the hell? Someone's just walking in the road. Like she just wants to get run over or something, mate. I was talking about observing the people around you. I think it's important to observe the people around you. If you observe people for long enough, you can tell what other people are doing in front of other people that's basically making them less attractive. By that, what I mean is someone talking too much, getting a bit annoying, talking too much about themselves. If you observe people for long enough, you might even realize yourself that you're one of those people. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm not saying that you should change. I'm saying that you should be mindful of how you're coming across, how you're presenting yourself. I firmly believe that as humans we should try and be the best version of ourselves that we possibly can be. I'm not saying that you should stop being yourself. I'm saying that you should add some more pizzazz to yourself. Really show your worth. I think that's majorly important. You need to show that you take care of yourself. If you're not showering once a day, like if you're one of those people that does not wash their faces, bro, like you're hitting unk status. You've got spots, you need them to go away. Like, I can't lie, right now, I've got a few spots on me, but at least I'm trying to do something about it. You won't be worth anything to anyone if you're not worth something to yourself. You need to show love to yourself. And especially when it comes to conversations, the most important thing is don't say too much. What I've noticed, if you're shy, if you're a bit introverted, maybe not shy, but if you're just introverted and you don't say much, you might think, oh, like, I'm a bit boring in conversations, people aren't going to like me, this, that and the other. Bro, people love an amazing listener, and that's what I've found out recently. If you've got the ability to just listen to what someone has to say, and then just share ideas here and there, then they will appreciate you for it. All you need to do is show that you're interested in what the other person has to say, and if you're not interested in what the other person has to say and you're still listening, like, the door's that way, bro. Like, you do not have to stay here and listen to what that other person has to say. I feel like people shouldn't be fake and be hearing as someone's friend when they're really not. Like, I mean, of course, the world's the world. Things like that are going to happen, you know? You can't stop that. But at the end of the day, it's better not to put a false narrative on things like that. And when it comes to people, you don't want to get played by people. This is something that I keep getting myself caught up in, and I'm working on every day. Where you get into a bit of conversation with someone, if you're more introverted like me, you might find it a bit more difficult to know what to say. If you're not able to spark up any conversation at all with some person, or it's just like not going well, then don't try and hold on to a spark that's not there, because there is no spark. If there's no spark, conversation's dead. Move on, find a different friend. You get it. But if you're making friends, like, you know you're good with that person, but then all of a sudden for one reason or another the conversation gets awkward and you're struggling a little bit to really guide a conversation, all you gotta do really is just not really force it. Like, silence is okay sometimes, and that's what I've had to learn. For the longest time, I've been putting so much effort into a conversation. Like, if a conversation doesn't come natural, you're gonna just come off as weird. You're just gonna come off with weird vibes. vibes because you're trying to force something that's not there. Like, for example, beforehand, if I think about like me a couple years ago, that was something I had no concept of at all. And I would be in a conversation with someone, and like the conversation would be pretty much dead on my end. They're not really asking me questions now. What am I gonna do? So I just kind of sit there, try and be funny, trying to be the class clown. It doesn't work. People look at you and think like, what's this guy doing? You don't want to be like that. Obviously, of course, as I say, as always, never care what people think about you, but take it into consideration. And what I mean by that, say you're doing a creative piece of work, or you're doing an essay at school, doing a creative piece of work for your job, whatever it may be. If you disregarded all feedback, you'd have lots of mistakes. Mistakes need to be made in order to improve. Like, for example, a couple years ago, I came back to YouTube. I was just doing YouTube shorts, and I'd hit about 100,000 views on my YouTube shorts. I'd put a lot of effort into them. I was editing them for hours every day. The type of content I was making was a bit brain rot, but I did a lot editing wise for them. Now, really, like 100,000 views in the first week of having a new YouTube channel, like that's good work. Why did I stop that after the first week? It wasn't because I was burnt out from making all of that content or anything. It's because I got one piece of critical feedback from somebody, and someone had seen on a Snapchat streak that I'd sent that I had like some editing software open in the background. They asked me, what are you editing? So I sent them the video of what I'd been working on. He said like, look man, it looks really good and everything, but like what's the point of this? You put so much work in, but I don't understand it. Thing is, they don't have to understand it. You're the creative. You're the one that's sitting here making a great piece of content. He's already told me that he thinks it's amazing. But when he said, why have you done this? Do you make money from this? I sat back and I thought, I could be doing something way better with my time. I thought I was wrong, because I stopped making the videos, and what did I do instead? I sat on my ass with a pack of Doritos, just munching through them, eating M&Ms, not shaving, sat scrolling TikTok. I was now subject to consuming the content. You just need to not let that stuff get in the way. You can always take a bit of criticism. Criticism's good. Like, he told me that my content was good. He just said, why are you doing this though? If you dissect that comment from him was really just asking me, why? Like, why are you doing this? Oh, well, I'm actually doing this to better myself creatively, to better my work as an editor, to better my future, to better, you know what I mean? That editing work that I did then has got me to a good place now, to where I can say that I've gone to BBC Studios, I've gone and helped work on Strictly Come Dancing. That work has put me in a place where I'm able to do these things. For me to have thought that there was no purpose behind that work, there definitely was. I've used it in a different way to how I originally thought I was going to use it. If I kept on with the YouTube, I was already getting 100,000 views first week. I could have been getting way more. I could have been making a lot of money. I could have been doing a lot more than I'm doing now. That was an opportunity. But I kind of skipped out on it. If right now you're not chasing after any dreams, once you've finished watching this video, I want you to start chasing them. As I've said earlier, I want you to start doing one new thing every single week. It's going to make you feel better as a person. Another thing I'd also say is you need 3 wins every single day. Win number 1, a bit of exercise. I want you to either go gym, go on a run, even if like you're not like that athletic or anything, bro, just go on a walk, possibly around the block, whatever. Do something that you don't normally do. I'd also say you want to have a mental win. You want to feel like you're gaining knowledge on something new. So read a book, learn some new words. I promise you, if you start reading a book, there'll be many words that you have never seen before. What you can do is, when you're reading these books and you're seeing these words that you don't know, you can start writing them down in a notepad or on a piece of paper, and you can start searching up the meanings in either a dictionary or for Google, and better your vocabulary that way. You can start reading books out loud, better your speaking. Right now, I'm recording videos to better my speaking, to help me with conversations. And the final one you need is meditation. really just winding down. And I don't mean you have to do a Zen class. I don't mean you've got to do yoga. I don't mean you've got to do any of that, although that will help. You can clear your mind in many ways, but just leave a bit of time to yourself where you can have some peace. Just really be present in the world. You might just turn on a bit of peaceful music. If you're religious, you might speak to God. Anyway, I'm back home now. I'm going to turn off my car's engine, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Jackson Supreme.